The BMW i8 is a doorway to the future of hybrid sports cars. It made its first ever debut in 2014. And in 2014, BMW managed to sell 20,000 units, and which made the i8 the most popular car of its kind.
Let's take a moment to admire how stunning this car looks even after so many years of it being released. Damn, it looks really good, like the cutouts and everything. So, without any further delay, let's dive into some facts about this 2017 BMW i8. These laser lights are 1,000 times brighter than the standard LED lights that come in cars, and they have a visibility range of over 600 meters. And to top it all off, they are much more energy efficient as well. Isn't that cool?
Just like its futuristic exterior design, BMW i8 also has that exact design in the interior as well. So starting off with the steering wheel right in front of me, it has this blue ring to signify that it is an e-drive vehicle. Now most people are confused or might be thinking that the BMW i8 is completely electric. No, it's not. It is powered by a 1.5 litre 3-cylinder gasoline engine coupled to an electric motor. We'll talk more about that when we're talking about where the power comes from, of course, the engine. Now, right in front of me is the gauge cluster. It shows your speedometer, which is digital, of course. There are no analog gauges in the BMW i8, of course, being a futuristic car, even though it made its first debut in 2014. So you have your speedometer in front of you onto your left side. Now onto your right side is this gauge which shows your region braking, your e-drive and your e-boost. Now e-boost is when you rev the car to its maximum, and that's where the electric torque from the electric motor powers up the front axle. Now of course this car is all-wheel drive, by the way, I have to mention that. Before you all think that it is front-wheel drive, it's not. It is all-wheel drive. Anyways, you have your wiper lever over here onto the right. Being a German car, the wiper lever is on your right and your signal lever and everything is on your left. Right, so now we have cruise control, of course, again being a futuristic car. So you set your cruise control from these buttons over here, and then onto your right side is your multimedia controller and the volume controls for your infotainment and the radio. Moving to the left side, you have a huge AC vent, of course, and then below that is your numbers for your radio. So whatever the radio you have assigned will come on when you click a button. We come down, now we have your AC controls, of course, and a little screen to show you the temperature and the fan speed and everything else. Now we come to these buttons over here. Now the BMW i8, of course, doesn't have an analog handbrake. It has a button here to pull this button up, so the handbrake comes on. The gear shifter, you have reverse, neutral, drive and sports. So of course this car is 6-speed automatic with paddle shifters. Of course you can shift from these paddle shifters or from the gear itself, whatever you choose, whatever you prefer. So to activate the launch control on the BMW i8, what you have to do is you press the brake, you put it to drive, then you put it to sport, and then you press the brake and the accelerator, the launch control will come on. That's how you get the launch control if you ever want to launch. Now we come down to more buttons over here. You have an engine start stop button. Of course it is push start. You have to have the key in your hand for the car to start, or the key inside the car for the car to start. And then you have an e-drive, which makes the car go completely silent. Yes, it can go completely silent, which means it will be completely electric. Now, then below that you have your traction control button, which turns off the traction completely. And and then moving down that you have comfort mode and then eco pro. Of course, those are driver settings. This in comfort mode, this car has adaptive suspension to support your comfortability and your driving experience. Of course, being a BMW. Now, moving here, you have a camera icon. This camera icon means it signifies the reverse camera or the back camera. When you press that, you can see the back when you're reversing, or maybe you just want to see the back of your car, so you can press that. And now below that, you have this parking assist or the parking sensor button, which activates this 360-degree camera. Yes, this car is equipped with a 360-degree camera everywhere, behind the side mirrors and the back and the front as well. So that's how you get everything. Now, we come to the infotainment system. That's where all the magic happens in this car. Everything you need to know, everything. I mean, literally everything about this car is on the infotainment system. You can control the infotainment system from this knob over here. You can rotate it and push buttons and all that, and you can get everything: multimedia, radio, navigation, whatever it is, radio settings, vehicle information, your tire pressure, just literally everything, your ambient lighting. Everything is on this panel over here. Whatever you decide to look about the BMW i8 is on this, about your BMW i8 is on here, the infotainment system. Well, and now we'll talk about the seats. So, of course, the infotainment system is just that. It's just all the information that you want to know about the car is there. Now, we come to the seats. Oh, before that, we have to mention that these seats are heated and ventilated, of course. Now, we come to the seats. The seats are semi-bucket seats, and it is leather and straight out of BMW. And these seats, I must say, it's pretty comfy. And the seating position is low, but it's not completely low where you feel like you're sitting on the ground, but it is low. Obviously low, of course. Now, storage compartment. You have a cup holder over here, a storage little compartment over here to keep your wallets and for your phone, and then another storage compartment over here, and then two cup holders over here as well, along with a small storage part. It's not even a cabin; it's just a part. Now, that's all the storage compartments, because the doors does not feature any door bins at all. Now, of course, you have your power shutters, power meters, and to open the fuel tank, the button is over here. Now, finally, then we move on to the rear seats. The i8 is a 4-seater. Yes, the i8 Coupe is a 4-seater. The Roadster isn't. This is a Coupe. Now, the rear seats, of course, if you don't have legs, you might be able to fit in, of course. A child can fit in, of course. If you are under the age of 5 or 6, a child may be able to fit in comfortably, but not an adult. Yes, so it's basically like a two-seater sports car, but hey, you have back seats if you really want to use it. You can use it as storage space, trunk space, or whatever you decide. So that's everything you need to know about the interior of the BMW i8. And in addition to that, these doors, the butterfly doors, are made of exposed carbon fiber to help keep the weight down. And this car only weighs just over 1.5 tons.
What makes this car completely different to all the other cars out there is its highly aerodynamic design. And if you guys look at this, you can see there's a massive cutouts under this spoiler, which really help with a more streamlined airflow as well as better handling. And what is also cool are these U-shaped tail lights, which really give out an extremely futuristic vibe, like we mentioned multiple times in this video already. Now, the exhaust on this car ain't stock, by the way. It has an aftermarket exhaust system, which makes it sound even better when it's in sport mode. Okay, now let's talk about the engine on this 2017 BMW i8. So first of all, it has a 1.5 liter 3-cylinder engine straight from Mini Cooper. Yes, you guys heard me right. So the engine on this car powers the rear wheels. Yes, and it has a combined total horsepower of 357 horses and a torque of 569 Newton meters of torque. So now the front wheels of the 2017 BMW i8 has a 7.1 kilowatt per hour battery, Whereas in the newer versions of the in like the 2019 model BMW i8, it has a 11.6 kilowatt per hour battery, which also translates to higher torque figures and higher horse number as higher horses as well. So that is that for the engine capacities and all, and the motor, electric motors and whatnot. Now the compartment. So this particular i8 and all the other i8s out there obviously has a 153 liter capacity. So you cannot. It might be a bit difficult to fit our very own halal boy Hamad. So yeah, that is about the engine capacity as well, and the trunk. So we would like to give a huge thanks once again to Jeewan for taking his time off and out of his day to come and lend us his car so that we can review it for you guys. So once again, huge thank you to Jeewan. So you can go check him out on his Instagram, Jeewan Sachintha, for some dope pics of his, of his car adventures and stuff with all his friends. And yeah, Ushan, over to you.
Yeah, now follow us on Instagram at Streets of Ceylon. It's not Streets of Ceylon 20, it's Streets of Ceylon. For more for pictures and behind the scenes content of the BMW i8 and all the other shows we have done. And also make sure to follow our TikTok as well at Streets of Ceylon again. For behind the scenes content and cool videos or edits of the cars we review and we have reviewed, and also the meetup we held back in January.
Yes, and on top of all of that, be sure to turn on the bell notification on our YouTube channel to stay tuned for more in-depth review videos that we are going to upload soon. So yeah, that's about it, guys. It's Salon signing out as always. Peace.